In this video, we're going to be using Claude to create a TradingView indicator for us that we're going to go ahead and automate with our trading board. So first thing that we need to do is on TradingView, we want to go to a pair and time frame that we want to backtest. So I'm going to go and take Solana USDT on Bitunics, and it's going to be on the 1 minute time frame. Now to download the data is pretty simple on TradingView. If you want to use a different source, you can also do that, but we can just click on this arrow and click on download chart data and then go ahead and download this. So once you are in your code editor, what you want to do is you want to move your data that you just downloaded in there. I already have Claude set up. This is not going to be a tutorial on how to set up Claude, as there are already many tutorials out there to do that. So we're only going to be focusing on getting a good strategy and automating it. I'm going to go and move that data in this folder right here. Then I'm going to give it to my Claude. Now what I'm going to ask it to do is to automate RSI strategy for us. So if you are creating these scripts with like Claude, you shouldn't just be asking, give me a portable strategy or create something, on your own. If you're a bit more direct and specific with it, it tends to give out better strategies. So for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to go and see if I can make an RSI strategy profitable, or if it's even usable on the trading board. So this prompt is basically asking to backtest when an RSI is crossing 70 to sell and then to cross 30 to buy. We're going to start off by using a 1% take profit and a 1% stop loss. And we're just telling it that we are risking 100 USD per trade and also 0.06% fees. And if you're using the referral link in the description of this video for Bitunics, you can get 35% off your fees for life. So you can add that in there if you are using it. Otherwise, we're just going to stick to 0.06%. So I'm going to wait for Claude to give us a response, and then we can modify our script from there. Now, the idea is that we first create this in Python, while Claude will be doing all the work for us. But once we have a good setting locally, we're going to go and convert this to a TradingView script, and then we're going to connect our board on there. So here we can see the results from this strategy with a 1% take profit and 1% stop loss. Keep in mind it's only backtesting on that short period of data that we've given it, which is right here in this folder. Now, if you want to have basically a 30-day or maybe a year's worth of data, you can ask it to download the data on the exchange directly. We're just going to be using this for this purpose of this video. But we can see the results are not looking very good, as it's a win rate of 41%. And since we are using a one-to-one risk reward, 41% plus our fees basically means that we are going into a loss. Now, it's also did a bit more checking for us, and it's basically saying that by removing the take profit and stop loss, we will be getting a better outcome. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and add a trailing stop in the strategy. So meaning that even if we take a 1% stop loss hit, if we get in a good position, we could maybe let that winner run and make up for some of our losses. So I'm going to go and ask it to add in a trailing stop, which is going to be an ATR super trend, and we're going to backtest it based on that logic. So now I'm asking it to go and test out with an ATR super trend, but I've also asked you to test out different stop loss sizes. Again, we are on the 1 minute time frame, so 1% might be a bit too big. So I'm going to go and ask it for this, and we'll see what it comes back with. Okay, so now we got in the feedback from Claude telling us that this is basically not a profitable setup for this 1 minute time frame, and also in the time period that we are backtesting. So I'm going to go and take out the RSI and maybe use a moving average crossing and see if we can find a better setup on that. Okay, so even with the moving average 100 and 200, it's still not giving us profitable results. So the next thing I'm going to be asking it is basically to play around with different parameters and see if it can backtest until it finds us a good setup and then give it back to us. And this also shows you that you can go a lot back and forward even with Claude, and it's not always giving you good settings right away. But I've been doing this for quite some time now, and I have found some good setups that I'm already running. But I want to show you guys on how you can do it so you can set up your own boards, and maybe you have a good strategy in mind that you just don't know how to create or set it up or to automate. So the purpose of this video is really to show you guys on how you can create your ideas and then set it up on a board so it can trade itself. Okay, so Claude backtested this for us on the moving averages, and this is the outcome that it's giving us. So the top performer is 33% win rate with a profit factor of 1.97. So the max win and the net outcome is positive. So I do have a feeling, because we are running this on the 1 minute time frame, we're not getting the best results. And I'm now going to go and move this to the 15-minute chart and zoom out again, and let's download the 15-minute data as well. So now right here I added the 15-minute data, and I'm going to ask you to do the same back test, but this time on the 15-minute candles. Okay, so now we can compare the 15-minute and the 1 minute time frame findings, and we can see that the 15-minute is already doing a lot better. So here we can see that we now have a win rate of 60%, which is quite good, and then a profit factor of 2.13. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to generate this strategy into a Pine script strategy for us, so we can go ahead and add it on TradingView. I am specifically asking you to include the alerts in the script, and then I asked you to also use strategy.alert.auto-message, and this is just going to make it simpler for us to go and add it onto the trading board. But we will get to that step after it's given up the script and we go and test it. So it completed the script for us. We can see it right here, macrostrategy.pine. And if you don't know how to add a Pine script, all you need to do is here on the right side, you will see this Pine icon. So after you've clicked on that, make sure to clear everything out that's in there and then paste in your new script that Claude gave you. So here on the top, you will see this add to chart button, and this should go and add it to the chart. Now, sometimes there will be errors. All you need to do is send those errors back to Claude. But in the recent 4.6 models, it's a lot better than the previous ones where it consistently broke. So this is actually worked on the first try. And if we close this out, we can see that it's also 60% profitable. So if we just go back to Claude and scroll up a bit, we can see right here, 20 trades, 60% win rate, 2.13% profit factor. And now if you want to change this to actual balance and sizes that you are using, all you need to do is click on the settings and then go to properties and select out how much you are actually risking, if you're using leverage, if you're not using leverage. And also if you have that exchange fee of 35%, then you can go and also modify this, because you will see it also make a big difference in your actual strategies long term. So I'm going to go and keep it like this because I actually also get the discount, and then I'm gonna go and then set it up on the board. So I did a previous video on how the board setup works. I'm not going to go through how to set it up. I'm going to assume you already have an account. So on Crodl.com, I'm just going to go open dashboard as I'm already logged in, and then we're going to be setting this up on BitUnix. So we're going to click on automations. And then here on the top, we're going to select BitUnix. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to create a buy trigger, and this is going to be for Solana USDT. So I'm going to go and make this long. We're going to just call this Sol. We can call it Claude as well to remember why the trigger was created for. We can go and search Sol USDT and select our connected key. Now, for journaling, we can also go and create a new Sol Claude. And I'm just going to delete the date out of that, so we can keep track of the strategy separately. And then we can go to market. We're going to use 10x leverage. I'm going to use one-way mode, percentage 30. And then, the take profit and stop loss, I'm going to leave it off because the strategy actually have exits built into. So we're going to be using that. So next step is going to be create open trigger. And then if we go to our settings right here, and inputs. So what I'm asking Claude to do now is that it create input boxes for us for our script. So what we needed to do is basically have a long and a short box right here, so we can connect the triggers from the board and actually have this running. Now I'm showing you guys this step because I don't want to skip it and then you run into the same issue later and you're not sure on how to fix this. So I'm going to show you exactly on why we are changing this, but what we see right here is not correct. The strategy and everything else is fine. So we're just going to open up the spine, and then you can see that Claude has basically finished that for us. So we now need to go and copy this script again, and I'm going to clear out everything in here and just refresh it. So you can see this is now changing it. And if we go and open the settings again, we now see these long entries and long exit as well with the short and the short exit. So the reason why we need this is because on the board, if we go and we copy this, we're going to see view config JSON, and this is exactly what I showed in the previous video on what this means, how it works. So if you haven't watched that video, go and check it out. But then we're just going to go and clear this out and paste this long in. Now I can go and create a short trigger as well, but to save time, all I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and we're going to go to shorts, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to short, because we're going to enter the exact same logic just on the short signal and then to go short. But if you want to go and do it on the board, if you want to see it visually, you can either go and create a new trigger, or you can go and edit this and just make it short right here, save it, and then copy the JSON again. So this is going to give you the exact same outcome. As you can see, this is saying short. So the next thing we need to do is go to our closing triggers. We create a new closing trigger. I'm going to just call this Sol, and we're going to call it Claude as well. Search for Sol. We're going to select our key, and then we're not going to create a new ID. We're going to use an existing ID which is already selected on Sol Claude, and we're going to close long, and I want to close 100% of my position when an exit fires. So that's why I'm saying 100, and everything else is fine for the strategy. And we're going to do the same thing right here. View config JSON, copy this. So we need to make sure we're adding this under the long. As we can see, this is saying close long, and then for the short we can go and paste this and make this close short. So if you're not feeling comfortable in changing the code directly in these boxes, again, just go back to the board. You can either create a new trigger separately for longs and shorts if you like to do it that way. You can go ahead and edit the trigger, but these are just basically templates that you're creating for that JSON code. So whatever you set here when it fires to the board, that's what's actually going to be used on the trade. So I'm going to go and click on OK. I'm going to close this alert panel and then click here on this alert box. So right here we can see a plus icon, and that's what we want to click. And we need to make sure that we have selected this indicator right here. Now this is already selected. The next thing that we want to do is go to the message box, and we do the following. So we're going to say strategy.order.alert_message. So all this is going to do is that as soon as one of these conditions fire, it's going to pull that message based on the condition. If it's a long exit or whatever we've set in here and fires on the chart, is going to pull this exact message and send it to the bot, so the bot knows which action to take when it receives the alert. The next thing that we need to do is we need to go into app webhook and add our webhook URL. Now, if this is your first time setting up a bot, there's nothing going to be in there. So where do you find this? Again, if you just view config JSON, this is going to be right here. This doesn't change. So once you set it the first time, TradingView will also remember that. So all you need to do is copy that and paste it in right there, and make sure that this webhook URL is ticked. And now if I go and apply it, and we can go and create it, it's basically our board is set up and running. So it's as simple as that. Now what would happen is on the next trade, it's going to go ahead and short, and then it's going to open up a short on the exchange for us and wait for the exit to close that trade. So we basically just created a fully automated system with Claude and with our trading board. Now, again, you can use a trading board. You can sign up and get a free trial to use it. It also has a lot more features than just TradingView automation. You can do manually trading as well. But yeah, it's very flexible on setting it up on any alert condition. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.